How the heck does over $1 billion go from the Canadian taxpayer to a Chinese military manufacturer to make ferries for BC, and no one in a position of authority knew about it? To find out, please subscribe, become a member, donate, because Dan McTeague is my guest. He knows government. He's been there as an MP for 18 years. You've worked with government since you're knee-high to a grasshopper. And it's phenomenal when this became public, and still many people don't know about it unless you read Blacklocks or something else, which is making it public, because the Star, the Globe, they don't want to write about this, or CBC, that we are financing the Chinese military. And the Prime Minister goes around saying, I'm going to make jobs, get big industry. We could make ships here in Canada. We have the technology, we have the people, we have the minerals. What goes on in government, how they make these stupid decisions, and ministers say, we had no idea. Is there one official who can say, here's $1 billion without telling a minister?
You'll really wonder how your country is run and why maybe explains the massive
Tell
deficits.
me. Come on, tell me.
It's never been like this. We've never had a situation where governments weren't accountable, much less clued out when it came to these big decisions that embarrass us internationally, but also leave Canadians on the hook. Now, we used to build ships in this country. I mean, my goodness, Irving, the Davie Shipyard, take your pick. And on the West Coast as well, Comox and those places, very well known. We've been doing it for a couple hundred years.
Yes.
The fact that we didn't, and that we thought we'd go the easy route, the cheap way, maybe like EVs, we should get their EVs as well, sourced from China, and stop the tariffs on our canola farmers. But we're doing this because there has to be someone else giving salutary support to China, maybe a nod to them for some other reason. I'm not sure, but I am convinced that if it took the House of Commons committee and a 5-4 vote to force the government to open up as to what was going on, I think there's conflicts that are going to be raised about Premier Eby of British Columbia and the NDP.
He said I knew nothing about it.
Yeah, right, of course. It seems everyone's saying the same thing, but it's a deal that was etched in stone. You have to ask yourself, how did this happen? Who negotiated behind the scenes?
And the committee of elected people, well, I'm glad to see elected people getting in there, said we are ordering these materials out.
Yep.
And they did the same to Trudeau when he was Prime Minister. Trudeau said, I want to just stop in Parliament.
Yeah, well,
he never revealed anything. So, but it's not very illustrative when you don't hear about that committee meeting in the popular press, because they aren't going to write about it because they're paid for by the PMO.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like Pravda.
Yeah. You know, Stephen, I used to do 20, 30 interviews every day. CTV, Global, CBC, didn't matter. SRC, RDI, whatever. I used to do on gasoline and on other issues related to that. I might get one regional a day if I'm lucky. The media has become totally ineffectual in grabbing what is important to Canadians, the cost of living. But
is that because
importantly,
they're told what to report?
They're told what to report, and more importantly, the bias in the agenda is there. China gets a pass, green and net zero gets a pass. Everything to do with what we've been fantasizing for the past 10 years that has brought the country down several notches is not allowed to be discussed, including migration.
Oh, there's another day for that one. Dan, thank you very much. 3 minutes. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act. Once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.